The markets went down a lot last week, and they continued that trend on Monday. I'm making some movements in my portfolio, not only buying some stocks, but also I've added a new stock to my portfolio. So if you want to hear about all of that, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Kevin Burgess back yet again with another video. I want to give you an update on the portfolio and how the last week or so has impacted it. Also, I want to give you a sense for the stocks that I'm buying to position my portfolio for the future. And I'm even adding a name to the portfolio, so I'll share that later on in the video. Also, I had someone ask me a question on the Dividenders Discord, and if you're not familiar with that, I think many of my listeners are, but if you're not, there's a Dividenders Discord. It's started by a buddy of mine named Ryan Williams. There are a lot of people in this Dividenders Discord. There's a lot of information. It is very active. We share our thoughts, and I want to share that with you. I will put a link in the comments below to this Dividenders Discord. So if you're not a member of that, it's free to join. So just click on that and sign up for the Dividenders Discord. And someone asked me yesterday a question in the Dividenders Discord, so I promised to address that question in today's video. And the question comes from my friend Dividend Dad, and you will notice that he is wanting it to be a short video because he has the attention span of a dog, he says. Love the little GIF that he put in here, and he says that he is the dog and I'm the old timer, so there you go. Okay, let's get into the question from Dividend Dad. He asks, how much money do you make a month in dividends, and was that dividend money being reinvested? And so let me hit that in three different ways. One is I'll tell you the overall portfolio, which has an annual income of $28,925. If you divide that by 12, you get $2,410 per month. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that I break my portfolio down into two buckets. One bucket seeks higher dividend growth. The annual income is $14,455. So if you divide that by 12, the growth portfolio is $1,205 per month. Is it reinvested? And the answer is yes, it is reinvested, and I'm doing that for the longer term. So those dividends are reinvested every month and will be for quite a while, at least the next 5 years. So when I go to the high yield portfolio, or what I call the dividend yield portfolio, this is the portfolio that I will use to pull dividends out if I need them to support my lifestyle. The annual income is $14,469, and if you divide that number by 12, that gets you the monthly income of $1,205. It's exactly the same as the high growth dividend, yet the high growth dividend has roughly twice as much invested. And I do not do this on purpose. This is strictly a coincidence. It just so happens that they're both the same number. I don't target them to be the same number. This one here, the high yield dividend portfolio, I am targeting to get $2,000 a month in this portfolio to use to supplement my income. And then as inflation occurs and maybe inflation outpaces the increases in my other passive investments, then I may pull some of the longer term investments down into my higher dividend yield portfolio. So hopefully that all makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment below and I'll try to clear that up. So is the high yield dividend portfolio being reinvested? And the answer is currently yes, but shorter term. And I would imagine in the next probably year or two at the most, I will begin to pull some of that income into my normal monthly budget and therefore not reinvest it. So since I'm going to make this a short video, let's move quickly into the portfolio update. This is as of June 10th, so last Friday. The change in the market value of the portfolio was down $31,000 or 3.6%. Now the S&P 500 went down 5.1%, so it's kind of a bittersweet win against the S&P 500. It still went down 3.6%, but we did get $1,075 in dividends for the week, so that was a great week. It's also going to be a good week this week. Year to date, we're down now 2.6%. Where the S&P 500 is down 18.7%. Now, just a quick word on what happened Monday. Monday, the market went down. The S&P went down about 3.9%. My portfolio went down 3.3%. Compared to what we looked at here for last week, that's going to be about a $30,000 impact to the portfolio. However, as a dividend growth investor, my dividends just keep rolling in, and I'm happy about that. I think this is a great way to invest in quality companies who are going to be able to stem the tide of all of this uncertainty in the market. So if you're not a dividend growth investor, I encourage you to do some research on that, because in this type of environment, it's a great way to invest. So let's move on then. I wanted to show you the cash balance in the accounts. I have about 3.3% in cash in the yield account, about 5.9% in cash in the growth account. So overall, it's about a 5% cash balance. The flip side of that, it means that I am 95% invested in the market. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing in my portfolio. If you think this makes sense for you, then by all means, build a little bit of cash on the sideline. I'm not selling off stocks because the market's going down. That would be the wrong thing for me to do in my portfolio. So what you'll notice is I do have a bit of cash on the sidelines, and I'm being patient and waiting for the right opportunity to come along. Okay, for the big reveal, the new position I've added into the yield account for my portfolio is Altria Group. I currently own, as you know, I currently own Philip Morris. I've added Altria, and the strategy there is, first of all, the dividend yield has gone up to 7.75%. I don't chase yield. I look for companies that have a good strategy. Since I own Philip Morris, I'm going to consider Altria and Philip Morris kind of the same investment. They really have the same patents and the same products. Altria Group is focused on the U.S. while Philip Morris is focused on the rest of the world. What this does for me is it gives me the ability to have that investment throughout the entire world, internationally, not just outside the U.S. One other thing I will show you are the stocks that I want to look at moving forward. And again, I'm going to be patient here, but these are the stocks that I am down the most in, that I would love to average into or average down, and that is Stanley Black & Decker. I did add some shares last week, but it has gone down more even since then. Best Buy, Whirlpool, Microsoft, and Apple. And another one that I look to add more to the portfolio is Texas Instruments. And if you are interested in seeing more about Texas Instruments and what I value out of Texas Instruments, leave me a message in the comments below. I'd be happy to do a video on that. And ex-dividend dad, I'll try to make it short. And back to the portfolio, the stocks that I'm looking to add right now are Main, which is Main Street Capital Corp. They are sitting at a dividend yield of 7.4%, which is really, really good and good for my yield account. And as I mentioned, I will probably be adding more of Altria Group as well. So those are the main stocks that I'm looking at. What kind of stocks are you looking at moving forward? I'd love to hear where you're heading with your portfolio. With that, I'm going to cut this video off because I promised to make it short. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.